The maze is twisting, you're all twisting. Do you plan to see what you're missing? The sound of a bell from a tiny adventurer signals a new beginning.
I'm Starlight Flux.
And I'm Skybound, and we are here to celebrate, to review, in fact, a brand new series.
Yes, well, it's not brand new, but a brand new review for us at least, because we haven't.
A brand new series for us, something we haven't watched before.
Yeah,
essentially, and you can find our reaction to it below, hosted on Google Drive, I believe.
Or something like that.
Yeah, so in case the title alone didn't cover it, we are watching Boku no Hero Academia, Episode 1, Series 1. So, right from the beginning.
Yeah, this is actually the first time we've ever started a episode from the beginning, isn't it?
Well, no, we did Panty
no,
Stocking a while ago, but this is the first
yeah.
time in a very long time we've actually covered any sort of anime. And this one I would say is more of a proper anime in this case where Panty and Stocking was a lot more sort of... It basically kind of parodied sort of more Western animation styles, you know, like Powerpuff Girls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
While, of course, not being Powerpuff Girls. Jesus Christ, not being...
Powerpuff Girls? Are you kidding me? Could you not pick a better comparison date?
But yeah, as I say, we were watching Boku no Hero Academia, and you can find our reaction to episode 1 in the description below. And now this video is where we're going to give our personal thoughts on the episode as it kind of went through, and basically what we score it. So, who shall start? Shall it be me with the Netgear?
Yeah, you start.
Very well. Okay, so. My Hero Academia Episode 1, or Boku no Hero Academia Episode 1, is a story about a boy who wishes to be a hero.
In a world full of heroes.
In a world full of heroes. Essentially, this episode kind of establishes the lore of the world and also the main protagonist, as, to be honest, most anime pilots do. The protagonists themselves, I do have a page open just so I can remember this because I'm terrible with Japanese names to start off with. So we've got, here we go, Izuku Midoriya? I'm sure people will correct me in the comments.
People will probably correct us in the comments.
Endlessly. But yeah, Izuku is a boy who grew up without any quirks in a world which is full of them. Now, in Boku no Hero Academia, the world that they inhabit, about 80% of the world that they live in, 80% of the population have these quirks, apparently, leaving 20%, like a vast minority when you really think about it, of people without quirks. And it's established throughout sort of the whole of episode 1 that Izuku really wants to be a hero and has wanted to be for, well, since he was very, very young. I'd say 3 or 4, if I remember correctly. However, he can't. It's covered briefly that he probably won't grow up with any sort of heroic quirks or anything like that. And he's also kind of bullied in his class for that by a chap called... hold on a moment. Yes, Katsuki Bakugo? Bakugo, yes. Yes, I do apologise, this is our first time at this.
This is the first time we've ever done a anime where we've had to stumble around the pronunciation of the character's name.
Yeah,
essentially.
But essentially this guy is a complete prick. He's got a quirk, but he is... I guess you could say he's very prideful about it. By which I mean he kind of acts more like a villain really than a hero. He constantly bullies Izuku for you know, not having a quirk, which doesn't seem a very heroic thing in my mind. But yeah, it is kind of tragic to see Izuku in his younger ages obsessed with the hero All Might, who is kind of this huge sort of stacked guy who looks a bit like something like the Crimson Chin from Fairy Godparents or something. Like he's this massive guy.
Never watched that show.
Yeah. But yeah, he's this massive guy who's got this smile on his face, which is kind of creepy. But you know, he's kind of super strong, and you know, he's got this "do not fear, lowly peasants, I am here" kind of attitude to him. And genuinely, he seems nice enough. And while Izuku is out watching heroes and villains, you know, fighting it out, he almost gets kind of choked to death, I suppose, by some giant goo monster kind of thing.
Choked to death is one word. I think basically
Drowned? Would it be drowned? It's technically liquid, isn't it?
I think it's kind of, yeah, I think it was technically drowned. I mean, I'm not going to make the usual joke that people make when it refers to these sort of things, but because I already did it in the commentary. But
Yeah.
the thing is, anyway.
Yeah, it's. But anyway, he nearly gets killed by this weird gooey thing, and All Might comes and does his One Punch Man attack, and yeah, basically captures it in a bottle of Mountain Dew, which was great, which was fantastic. And then after that, we essentially have Izuku meeting his hero, his literal hero in this case, and yeah, that's where he asks him, you know, is it possible for me to be a hero even without quirks? And the episode kind of ends off without him actually answering that question, but if this anime goes, you know, like how, I mean, there's 4 series, I'm going to guess that even without quirks he somehow finds a way to become a hero, you know.
Yeah.
Just a guess, you know, just a little guess.
Well, that is kind of a spoiler caused by the fact that it's gone on for 4 seasons.
But yeah, it was actually really entertaining, and they did a really good job establishing the character to start off with. You know, it was only 1 episode in, but we could already see the tragedy of his situation in this particular case, and it really helps you kind of feel for that character. It gets you more engaged in the story, knowing that this character is, you know, is growing up in this world where essentially he's kind of an anomaly in that, you know, he doesn't seem to have any quirks or of any kind, but he still wants to be a hero, and he still wants to go to this hero school to be a hero. I am genuinely quite interested in where it's going, and yeah, I think we will hopefully, you know, continue to do this. If people enjoyed our reaction, or if you enjoyed our review to this, obviously leave a like, say if you want us to continue with this, but I think we will do. I am now going to pass the mighty Nepgeardom over to Starlight to have his review.
Dear God. Anyway, yeah, I mean, well, just to put my 2 cents into it, I agree with a lot of the stuff you said. I mean, one of the things that stands out to me in this is how, oh God, what's the guy's name again there?
Are you talking about Izuku?
Yeah.
Midoriya? Izuku Midoriya, I think his name is.
Yeah, Izuku Midoriya. Yeah, what stands out to me is when they mentioned there's a point in the episode where they said, oh, by this age we would have expected a quirk to come, and it makes me think, it reminds me a lot of how a lot of learning disabilities are similar to that sort of thing. I've often heard that sort of saying mentioned when in conversation to do with learning disabilities, and it's like, it kind of, yeah, it's treating it similar to that sort of thing, and that kind of fits in with the whole nerdy aspect of him basically studying of all the different quirks and writing them down and categorizing it. That's something I could see somebody with that sort of, you know, with some sort of learning disability like Asperger's doing. As far as the episode, that's a very good start for a season. You know, very good pilot episode. I've seen a lot worse. I've seen better, but you know, I've actually seen, that seems like a really good, like, pilot episode to a series. It sets up the characters. I kid you not, bully guy. What's his name again?
Katsuki?
Katsuki. Yeah, I can see him becoming a villain. I can see him becoming a villain, no doubt about it.
I guess he's our antagonist for the time being, at least.
Yeah, but I could see him becoming one. His whole demeanour and attitude is not someone you would expect a hero. He's not. He's got this hero sort of mentality. Yes, he has a quirk, but he sure as hell doesn't have the mentality of a hero. Anyway, should we grade the...
Yeah, I think we can grade this episode. Personally, I'm going to go for 8 All Mights out of 10.
Yeah, I would say round about. Yeah, I'd say 8 as well. I can't really think of any reason to disagree with that.
I mean, it was a good starter. I did like how it jumped into the story, and it did make me at least feel a few feels at times. So I'd say that's very good.
God,
but
yeah.
I want to give it, a couple of points of a buffer in case some epic shit goes down, because due to the popularity of this series, that I've heard from, I've heard people raving about this series. So I'm gonna say it's an 8 for now, because I fully expect there to be some seriously good stuff going down on later episodes, but I have no idea what they're going to be yet. So that was my score. Any final words from you, Starlight?
Not really. I mean, I definitely expect good things from this because I've heard so much about it. I remember hearing about it a while back, and we've never really got round to doing it until now, where we've had to make some changes to our channel because of various reasons. We're now doing reviews and then reactions elsewhere. So this is how we normally do things from now on, or at least trying it out at least. Anyway, let us know how you felt with now reaction, and let us know how you felt about the episode, and and what you thought of our reaction to it.
Yeah, if you liked our reaction, or our review, feel free to drop a like, comment, subscribe if you want to.
And don't forget to click the bell item, because YouTube is a pain in the ass when it comes to that sort of thing.
Of course, yeah. I think there is some weird thing about that bell icon now, where you actually have to click it a couple of times before it actually gives a notification. Because why not make it harder than ever to be notified of content? But anyway, that's another video for another time. One that we're probably not going to mention, because really rants about YouTube at this point have been so overplayed. So
yeah.
From that was the end of it from us. So my name's Skybound,
Starlight Flux,
and we hope that you'll join us for the next episode 2 of My Hero Academia. And if you watch any of our other videos, like our MLP commentaries, we hope that you will join us there as well. If you have any suggestions for other anime that you think we'd enjoy, please do leave them in the comments.
We have already seen Darling and Franks so
yes,
far.
we've seen Darling and the Franks, and we've seen the new Sword Art Online AGGO thing, so those are kind of off the list. But if you want to leave a suggestion for anything that's kind of new, interesting, whatever it is, leave it in the comments. And while we can't promise we'll get around to it immediately, we'll definitely consider it and weigh the options and choose something based on that. And if we can get more content out in a week, then we will think about, getting that done.
We will be thinking of doing stuff like this so we can get more content out there, basically, to get over this problem that we've been having lately. And also, I think we would continue doing this throughout certain hiatuses of the MLP season, which we always struggle to find stuff to do in that sort of thing because of the issue with getting things up online without them being taken down. So
yeah. Anyway, I think we have kind of rambled enough.
We've rambled enough, so
yeah. Thank you very much for watching, especially if you got this far.
Yeah.
My name's Skybound.
Starlight Flux.
And we will see you next time. Thank you very much. Goodbye.